I switched the camera off for a bit and it went quiet just as I expected it to for a little while, and then all of a sudden I saw a big swirl in the swim, and then I've hooked into a much better fish now, or it's certainly fighting a lot better. Yeah, I think this is one of the bigger tench. And today I'm fishing for crucians and tench in the main, although I will catch some bream. It's inevitable because there's a lot of bream in here. But they put some baby tench in here a few years ago, 3 or so years ago now, and each year they keep getting that bit bigger, and they're probably about ½ a pound now or so, and there's some bigger ones as well and some bigger crucians. And today I'm fishing, I'll turn this around so you can see it. I'm fishing, this is a replica aerial. It used to belong to my eldest brother until he passed away, and then it came to me, so I'm fishing with that today. 11-foot soft action rod. I've got 3-pound main line. And just move that down. I've got a little 2BB canal crystal. Some of you will probably remember them. Canal crystal floats. Very sensitive, very fine, very sensitive. Also got me into number 4. Can't get them anymore, unfortunately. It's a real shame. Great float for this sort of thing. So I've got 2BB round the float, and then what I've done is I've spaced out. I've got number 8 stot and 3 number 10 stots. I tend to use stots instead of shot because I can slide them up and down the line. They do less damage. So I've got a nice falling through the water pattern there, and then that's down to a 3-pound hook link, and I've got a size 12 specimen hook on there, not fine wire but a specimen hook. And today for baits I've got some 4mm pellets that I'll be throwing in for loose feed. Sweet corn, my favourite bait this time of year and for this sort of thing. And I've also got some 6mm pellets with me as well. I said there's a bit of a breeze coming in, so it might be a bit difficult fishing the centre pin in a little while, and if so I'll swap over to a fixed spool on one of the other outfits, but we'll give it a go with this first. Thing to do with the centre pin as well, for those that are new to fishing one, haven't fished one before, is don't overreach yourself. Just try and start off and fish at a very comfortable distance that you can cast to, which in this case, with this wind coming in today, is just another rod length out. That's all I really need to go here. Same thing, picked a mark on the far bank, sink the line, I'm probably only going to fish 1 swim today. I normally fish 2 over here, but I think I'll fish 1 today. A few pellets in, and a couple of grains of corn. Oh, I've just missed a bite there. Missed one already. A couple of grains of corn, and that'll do. If the swim goes a little bit dead, ground bait is a great booster. I've got some ground bait with me. Don't want a lot, you know, golf ball sized ball or 2 is more than adequate really. Just don't put it in a ball because it'll roll down the slope, because here it's all a concrete slope all the way down. Very small fish nibbling at this corn. But we'll stick with the just feeding the 4mm pellets and the sweet corn for the moment. I'm fishing with the slow sinking shotting pattern at the moment because obviously I want to search the water. I know you think that the crucians and the tench would be right on the deck, but they not necessarily always are, especially in the hot weather. So sometimes, oh, there we go, oh, I missed it, talking too much. So sometimes it's a good idea to start with a slow sinking pattern search the peg first, or the swim first should I say, and then if you find that the fish do prefer it on the deck, later on change the shotting pattern, or vice versa. You can do it the other way around, but I prefer to always do it this way. Be interesting to see how big the Crucians and the Tench are this year. When I was a couple of years ago, which you'd have seen on film, there was a lot of baby Tench in here, probably about 5-6 ounces, and over the years they've steadily got bigger. And I was catching some nice 2 or 3 pounders last year, and the same with the Crucians. The Crucians have got larger. I'm feeding out a bit further out than the float because the wind and the tows, I'm watching the bait because the water's crystal clear almost, is pushing the bait in towards where the float is. The end nearest the entrance to the fishery is usually, I find, always more prolific for Crucians and Tench. This end being deeper, it's not so prolific, but I was hoping with the really hot weather we've just had, sort of picking middle ground would be the better option. But there also used to be an awful lot of weed in here when I was first coming here, mainly all up that end, and you used to see it just out down by here. And that's died off and gone now, so it probably doesn't hold the fish like it used to before, and I should imagine they're a bit more widespread around the lake. Here we are. It's the beauty of the centre pin. Doesn't matter whether it's big or small, when you do hit something, even if it is rather large, you can just let it go so easy. It's far more reliable than a clutch on any reel. So tactile. Feels like something decent. I don't know what it is yet. I have had carp to about 15 or over 15 pound on this outfit before. It's amazing because, as I said, you can just let them run, and it's a very soft rod. Oh, and that one's off. Damn. Yeah, here we are. Whatever it is, it's shaking its head. Bream, I should think. Yeah, thought so. Oh, not bad fish. They're bound to get a few of these. That one's got a blooming great leech stuck to it by the looks of it. There we are. It's fighting nicely. Oh, could be. It is. It's one of those Tench, and they have grown, as I said. It's only about half a pound now. And just as slippy, I should think, as they always have been. Oh, terribly slippy. We should let go. There we are. Ooh. Yeah, it's just like little bars of soap. We'll have a look at the end. There's something thinking about it. Got to be another Tench or Crucian, I should think. It is good fun. Do enjoy it. I love my trips over here. Really look forward to them. Weather's always usually good. It's best sort of time of year, the summer. It is our crucian, our second target species. Yeah, man. Not one of the biggest, but it'll do nicely. Thank you. Get that hook out the way, then we can have a look. If it'll hold still for us, you have to just love these. They're absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful little things, vermilion fins, that lovely buttery yellow. Never get tired of catching crucians. Right, I'll have one more cast and then I think I'll have the camera off for a little bit while I fish. And then put it back on a little bit later. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention it's a £3 main line, £3 hook link, and I'm on a size 14. This is a size 14 specimen, not a size 14 fine wire. There we go. Try and hang on to it this time. I think it's just a bream though. Yeah. Still, they're all a good size. I'll tell you what, if I was catching this size all the time on matches at Cannons, I'd soon amass them weight in the net, wouldn't I? They ain't bad. Back to those fast bites again. They're quite annoying. As I said, I've not had to put ground bait and go for a second swim. I've still caught plenty of fish from this swim. I think I've found what the culprit is. It wasn't roach that was giving me the quick bites, it's rudd. I haven't caught a nice rudd for a while. in the top lip, as you would expect. Hold still. I knew it was going to play me up, but that is just absolutely lovely. So the bottom lip protrudes further than the top lip. That's because the rudd is normally a surface feeder. That's the reason why. But absolutely gorgeous. Wouldn't mind a few more of those. Yeah, it is another one of those tench. Seen a big carp come cruising past, come right past the end of the keep net a little while ago. First time I've seen one of the carp do that over here for some time. Since the weeds died off the last couple of years, the carp tend to have stayed a bit further out. Single grain of corn still on the size 14. And I've sort of wiggled the fish so they're right in front of me at just another rod length out. That sort of make a bit of a change compared to where I was originally feeding because of the wind direction. And I've spread it round on a couple of yard area, the feed, so I can fish different parts of it instead of it being too tight. Oh, here we are. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Come on out of the swim. They certainly fight well. There we go. I knew something was thinking about it. Yeah, another couple of years when these are all about £3, it'll be really good fishing over here. Like that. That's the sort you want. And it's another tench. Tench fest today. I wouldn't have been over here when it's been a bream fest, so I can't complain. Into another very good fish here. You can tell the difference because it's it's gone much further out than these other ones. Oh, it just fought a lot harder. Not as big as I thought. Little fibber. Oh, what have we got here? Another crucian. A few more showing up. Not the biggest one I've had today, but a few more. Beautiful. Love catching them. Of course, like a lot of people, when I first came over here, I was probably fishing a little bit far out. As I said, it's over here, it's a concrete ledge. As you can see, it goes straight down to about 17-foot depth. And to be honest, the urge is always to go out at least sort of about 11 metres on the pole, or to go out waggler distance, and you don't need to. Fishing close in like this, there's plenty of fish here. It was Thad, the bailiff, that actually said to me when he came round, I'd caught plenty of silverfish, but I hadn't caught the Crucians or the Tench, or one of each, I think I'd had. And he said to me, you know, come in much closer, if possible, sort of get in about 3-4 foot of water. And of course, it's so clear here, you can see the end of the keep net, you think, you're joking. If I fish that close in, nothing will come in that close. But it's amazing how it does. Look for about 4 foot depth. And you can't really go wrong. Not this time of year anyway. Although it's just a giant concrete bowl, this place, it's you know, got plenty of, not down this end where you're looking, but certainly up above me and all around the, it's that one talking, all around the fishery. There's plenty of bushes and that between each swim, and strangely enough, or for me, it's got a beauty of its own. I quite enjoy it. If it was nearer, I'd fish it a lot more often, but I said it's best part of an hour for me. And with rising fuel costs and one thing and another at the moment, it's becomes more and more difficult to justify those sort of things. Long trips. But really, through the summer months here, you'd have to describe this as a pleasure angler's paradise. It really is. Seeing some more bubbles coming up again now. Here we are. This can only be another. Oh, it's a skimmer. I thought I got another tench for a minute, but it isn't. It's a skimmer. Tell you, beautiful stamp fish, look. Beautiful stamp. It's up on the surface now. Not massive. I should imagine if this is a couple of pound, that's as big as it is, but compared to some of the others, ooh. They all seem to want to get round my keep net. Yes, that's much better. Let's just unhook that quick. Yeah, I should think he's £1.5 £2. That's lovely, isn't it? Get him in the net. Oh, blimey, straight on the drop then. Lovely bite. Much better fish. Well, if we get this in, I think this may be the fish that we end on. I've had a really good afternoon. Caught an awful lot of fish, really, for the afternoon. Good quality fish, I mean, not in numbers. Oh, it's a tench. Not a monstrous one, but big enough. That'll do. So, if you stop flipping, I'll unhook you. There we are. Right. So, oh. Always awkward, aren't they? But anyway, I'm going to call it a day on that fish there, that lovely little tench. I've had a splendid afternoon. Right, well, that's it. I've had an absolutely smashing day, as you can see, or afternoon. Plenty of tench, few bream, few crucians in the end. Best tench of the day, about £2. But not bad for an afternoon. For about a quarter of a tin of sweet corn and a couple of hundred 4mm pellets. Quite happy with that. Well, I'm going to get those put back, get my stuff to the car and make my way home. And once again, thank you for watching, and until the next time, all the best with your angling.